For all episodes and more information, please visit us at marriedmillions.com.
Hartwell. This is my wife, Lisa.
Lisa Wu Hartwell. And we own several businesses together. And we have, Heart to Heart Baby, which is a clothing line.
Yes, baby clothing line. We have Hartwell Associates, which
Realtors.
Realtors. We have Wu Girls Jewelry, which is
jewelry line. And I write movies. I produce. I'm an actress. And so we have our hands full.
And you're independent?
Independent, yeah. I play football.
Okay.
So, but in businesses, we're definitely co-owners and plan on producing some movies coming up. So, have fun.
Yeah, so we're happy because he's home now and he's not playing ball anymore. He's not getting on the field and getting beat up and banged up. And so I was happy. It was kind of a twofold type thing. So they were like, he's not going to play anymore and he's done. And he's like, I'm done. I'm like, kind of happy, but then he kind of still wanted to play a little bit. But I'm happy to have the help because he's co-owner, and so he helps out a lot. I mean, he's definitely my balance.
Definitely. I mean, it allows me, not playing allows me to actually be more hands-on when the season is going on, because it used to be I'm real hands-on, and then when the season hits, it takes away a lot of my time. And although you always miss the game, no matter how far you remove from it, you always miss playing. I mean, I've been playing since I was 7 years old, so now that I'm actually, we met at a basketball game, Leccima and Hawks game. Actually, when I was injured, ended up showing up. My publicist was there. Actually, I went. My publicist met her. Told me she had met her earlier. So I have somebody for you to meet. And I said, well, why? She was always trying to play the hookup game with me. So I said, well, this is in high school. We're not trying to play the hookup game. And she just took off. Then she said, well, she wants you to come over here. I'm like, well, why did you do that? But I went ahead and went over there. We had a good conversation. I just laughed and joked, and then we had such a great conversation. I said, well, why don't we keep in touch? So we kept in touch. The first night we talked probably the whole night. And 6 days later, we were in love. Got married a month and 23 days later. And here we are running several businesses together. And it's a wonderful thing.
How did we meet each other? We were at a basketball game, Hawks versus the Lakers, and I'm from Los Angeles, so I wanted to see the Lakers. And it was crazy that day because the lobby was just jam-packed, and I had met his publicist, Ed's publicist, outside. And so, she's like, I like your jumpsuit. I'm like, thank you, So she comes back over. She's like, I have someone I want you to meet. She's like, he's fine, girl, he's fine. She's like, but he's so sweet, but he's fine. And she kept saying how fine he was. I was like, well, is he nice? She's like, yeah, he's nice. And I was like, okay. She's like, but you have to go over there. And I was like, oh, I don't do that, And I was like, but he's welcome to come say hello to me, And so he eventually came over, and he was very, very sweet and just different from any other man I had ever met. And he was just, I was taken away. He came off as a friend. He was like, it wasn't on that baby, let me take you out to dinner type of thing. It was more so like, hey, what's going on? And we were talking about his injury that he had. And so we became friends first. No, when we first met, he knew that I was a realtor at the time. I'm a broker now, but he knew I was a realtor, so he was doing some investments. And so we just started talking about projects from the very beginning. Yeah, from the very beginning. And
kind of just put things in place. We started, actually, after we met, we got married, and we started putting things in place. We knew she was a realtor. I said, well, why don't you be a broker? And we have all kind of
Yeah, I did a movie before, a feature film. So then I wrote several films, and so we're about to do another film that we're going to shoot in January. So he's going to be on the production side of that.
And that was always something that I wanted to do also. I always loved movies and I loved football. So that was something I always wanted to get into anyways. Like, let's do this. And then the other things just kind of came. We did them as far as babies. We had a baby. That was an interest. That when we create some things.
Yeah, I make jewelry. So.
Actually, I'm invested in a company that does jewelry. So I said, well, why don't you have your own jewelry line? I think you can be the face of your own
So
jewelry
just
line.
a lot of the stuff just made sense. And
Made sense.
since we're best friends, it just works. You know, sometimes you have to take off the husband hat and put on the business partner hat, and then I get mad at him sometimes. But yeah, I don't like that hat too much. But we get it done.
Roles. It depends on the situation. Sometimes we go in as the good cop, bad cop.
No, well, I think I'm the creative mind.
Yeah.
And I create a lot, whether it's jewelry and, of course, being a real estate broker, I take care of that end. But as far as the movies, I write movies and anything that's creative and designing jewelry. He's the more
logistics. I get down to the
the
point.
paperwork.
Okay, now you see the big picture. Now I have to take it and
implement
every step that needs to go with it, make it into that big picture. So.
And he's very organized. I'm not. So that helped. We definitely balance each other. I'm the creative mind, and I'm like, oh, this is great, and then he executes.
Sometimes I have to pull it back and say, baby, we can't just do that right now. We need to do A, B, C before we get to D. D is wonderful, but A, B, C first. So sometimes I slow it down.
Our day differs
Every day.
every day. And I might get a call from real estate. Like today, I had several meetings with agents that want to come to my firm. But then I might get a call about a movie script that I wrote. And, then we're designing jewelry. We met someone earlier for the jewelry collection. Yeah.
You just have to wear different hats depending on when you have to wear that hat. Like you might have a phone conference or a meeting about the jewelry line, then turn around and have a different meeting 20 minutes later about the baby clothing line, and then you might have to say, okay, we have to show someone homes, and it's so many different things hats that you have to wear. You just have to be prepared to wear whichever hat you need to wear for that day at that moment.
And we have help. I mean, we delegate responsibilities to our employees. We have our sister that works for us. Andre works for us. So we have help as well. And then we have a daytime nanny so we can get some of those things done, because we have 3 kids and a little toddler running around crazy, running the house. So, we have a great team.